Peace. Mother's Day is coming up in about a month and a half, and I likely will not be posting on Mother's Day because I'll be fasting for the sacred month of Ramadan. But what was heavy on my heart this morning was this deep admiration and utter reverence and respect that I have for mothers. I'll never forget the first time that I felt like I had earned my grandmother's respect. Because in our culture, the older you are, the more revered and respected you are. There's some traditions and tribes where they actually, when they see their grandmother or their great-grandmother, they actually get down on their knees and they bow. And it's a culture where children seldom talk around the elders because you just want to absorb the wisdom. And it's extreme and extraordinary respect for the elders, especially the elder women. And so I remember actually the first time that I felt like a woman when I actually got respect from my grandma. I just had my child, and she said, "You're a woman now. You're a mother now. You're a woman." And my grandma Annie was one of the most wonderful people you could ever come across. Wise and just really the embodiment of a woman. And I started reflecting on mothers and motherhood and how, my son is going to be, he's a teenager now, he's going to be 14 in a few weeks. And pretty much the hardest thing I've ever had to do was to raise my beautiful boy. And he didn't want to come out, was going into 10 months of gestation. And so they had to induce my labor. And it was just me, my mother, and him in the hospital. And I remember being so scared at this new responsibility, not knowing how I would be able to maintain. And I just think about him and I see him and he's over 6 feet now, and I just look at him and I see this baby, I just remember the first steps and how cute he was and how much joy he brought to our family. And the hard times, the very hard times where there were times where there wasn't enough, and I was trying to figure out how to make ends meet, trying to figure out how I was going to put food on the table. And the nights that I worked late, I had to give the babysitter like half of my earned wages, and just the love that we had. And we didn't have much, but it was just the love that we had, and just driving and listening to him sing in the back seat of the car when he was little. It's just crazy how he's grown up. And I was thinking about some of the things that I've been through, and as much as I revere and respect women, and specifically mothers get my highest honor, because it's an endless job. It's a job with very little credit, very little acknowledgement, and it's an absolute necessary in the world, because there would be no more human beings if it wasn't for procreation. And I was thinking about how I've been through some things, and how part of what I went through really had a lot to do with my son, the way that I saw it, and really the attack of black men and the attack of black masculinity, and how part of my adversity wasn't exclusively, an attack on me. It really was an attack on my child. And the idea of some of these monsters preying on people in vulnerable situations, preying on single mothers. And then this fury took over me, and I had to pray, because I was like, anybody who would try to harm my son or do anything to my son, like, the fury that would get unleashed, like, I had to pray to calm down the vengeance. Like, I had to pray, just thinking about all that we've been through, me as a single mom, and all my son has been through up until this moment, and how much love I have in my heart for him. Anybody that would try to hurt my child, they might as well, it would be a wrap. It would be a wrap for you. And I had to pray about it. I had to ask Allah to give me peace. And then I had to reflect on the men, like Tahuti Ma'atara. People were wondering why I would always talk about Tahuti Ma'atara. When I first encountered Tahuti, my father, it wasn't just like my father passed away instantly. It was a very long process. And my father was a Vietnam veteran. And, fought for our country and fought for our people and fought, his whole life, just fought for people. And as his health declined in his later years, it was like a 10 to 12 year process of his health just going down, and he was at the VA. And some people say, well, how could you end up in a financial situation? It's quite easy, because the medical bills will rack up. If you are on dialysis and you're getting cancer treatment and you're getting all these things, medical bills will rack up. And so he was at the VA, he was receiving care at home, respite care. It was a point where he was at dialysis 4 times a week, like 6-hour days, 4 times a week for dialysis. And my heart was crushed. And it was just me and my son. And Tahuti Ma'atara had so much love in his heart. And he sent me books about how to heal the heart. And he put love into the herbs that he sent me. And it's just like, there's certain kind of men, ladies, no matter how much betrayal you've been through, no matter how much heartbreak you've been through, there are good men. There are men like Tahuti Ma'atara. There are men that actually really have love in their hearts. And they're not trying to exploit you. And they don't want to take advantage of you. And they're not trying to, exploit your situation. And this is specifically for the sisters, because I know, I feel you. Like, this is the reason why no matter what, no matter where I go in life, no matter how far I get in life, no matter my level of success and all the wealth that I accrue, I'm always going to fight for the sisters, because I know it, because I'm a single mom. My mom was a single mom. But what I will say, sisters, is you can't be mad at the men, because there are good men out there. There are men that will give you nothing but love. And there is going to be a grave and severe punishment for anybody who tries to exploit a single mother or a person because of their physical situation, exploit a child or anything of that nature. There's going to be extraordinary and extreme consequences for that. And that's how we're moving, period. Point blank from now on. Like, you don't mess with single moms. You don't mess with children. You don't mess with people in vulnerable situations and think that you're going to get away with it. There will be repercussions. But ladies, I want to let you know that you have to learn, like Tahuti Ma'atara says, you have to learn how to process pain, hurt, betrayal, abandonment, all of these things that single moms go through without allowing your heart chakra to go to close down and not be able to receive love anymore. And trust me, I know, I've been through it. I've been a single mom. It's just me and my son for the longest. But you don't want to be closed off to the love that awaits you. And I just want to let you know that there are good men. There are men that are here to support you, that got your back, that look at your children as their children, that have a certain code. Despite what the beast tries to trick you to believe, to say that everybody is out to get you or exploit you, yes, That's what their agenda is. They want to take advantage of single mothers. They want to take advantage of children. They want to prey on people in bad situations. They want you to not be financially empowered so they can prey on you and prey on your children. But I will let you know that we have some strong men out here. We have some good men out here. We have some men that are willing to fight for us, fight for our children. So don't give up on the brothers either. All right. Peace, guys.